Hey everyone! So if you guys couldn't tell by the fact that I got this far on YouTube by torturing myself playing TF2 with terrible weapons that no one in their right mind would ever use, I'm a bit of a masochist. That's why, in my free time, I like to stream Nuzlocks of Pokemon difficulty ROM hacks with my friends. Some of these games can get, pretty intense.
God fucking damn it! Alright. Fuck this shit! Fuck it! God!
I figured I may as well try to make a video out of these streams if I can, even though the last two attempts have failed since I didn't properly get all the footage. Earlier this year, I beat Pokemon Renegade Platinum and Pokemon XG, a great hack I've considered replaying recently, and a great hack I never want to touch again. So I decided to give Pokemon Storm Silver a shot, since it's getting updated soon and I wanted to give the original a run through before that happened. I have never beaten this game in a Nuzlocke before. The farthest I've gotten is the gauntlet of Team Rocket admins you have to fight in the Safari Zone gate. This is also my first time touching the game in years, so I'm going in almost blind. Oh, sorry. Vision impaired. So let's go over the rules really quickly. First of all, standard Nuzlocke rules apply. First catch on each route, and if a Pokemon faints, it's dead. I'm also adding on the Dupe's Claw so I don't get like 50 Tentacools, the Shiny Claws, which I'm not counting for static encounters like the Red Gyarados, and speaking of static encounters, Giftmons count as the catch for the area they're in. For example, I can't get a Game Corner Mon and a Fossil from Goldenrod. Set mode must be on, and finally, I can't overlevel for bosses. I do occasionally go 1 or 2 levels over sometimes, but that's mostly because of the game's level curve. Even though it's better than Vanilla Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's still pretty tight. You know, until the end. Do I have what it takes to beat the game? Let's find out. I start off the game and pick out King K. Rool the Totodile. I do Elm's errand and we get our first new teammate from Cynthia. He's got a sassy nature, so I'm going for Umbreon once we get to Violet City. Before that though, we have a quick fight with our rival and begin the Nuzlocke proper. Our first catch is a Starly named Sturby. I've got a lot of experience getting these guys with the Reckless ability in Renegade Platinum, but thankfully he'll have Intimidate once he evolves. Just up north we get Poofball the Jigglypuff. Again, he was our catch for 30, so we're not getting anything else there. But just up ahead in Dark Cave we get a Zubat named Butt Lady. I had a habit of naming my Zubats in Renegade Platinum Buttman, so this is where that's led. Last thing before Violet City is a Wurmple. I'm absolutely cursed for some reason, so Squirmy here is without question going to evolve into a Beautifly because that's all I ever get. Now that we're in Violet City, we can head up the Sprout Tower and catch Beeb the Bidoof. Without some kind of rock, electric, or ice type, he's going to be our best bet for the gym. Oh, but what about Mareep? Yeah, we caught Nincada on that route. He's not going to be any good for this gym. Sorry, Naruto. Into the box for now. Don't worry, we'll get some good use out of him. I do some grinding, and in the process, Squirmy evolves into Silcoon. See? Told ya. Now he looks like a living volleyball with eyes. This must be what Tom Hanks saw in Castaway. Another evolution or two, and we're ready to complete the Sprout Tower. We fight the Sage, evolve he into Umbreon, grind a bit more to Falkner's level, evolving Beeb in the process, and we're now ready to take on the gym. I lead off with Beeb, getting ready for a rollout sweep. I get in my defense curls, and Doduo goes down. His Swablu is actually pretty threatening since it has Solar Beam, but it goes down easily. So do Chatot and Pidgeotto. Farfetch'd is a bit scary. It's part fighting in this game, so it's neutral to rollout and super effective against Beeb. I go to Sturby to get the flying advantage and an Intimidate drop, and easily knock it out. His last Mon, Murkrow, comes out, and before I can do anything, one-shot Sturby with a crit feint attack. Fuck. Yeah, if you're curious, I feel about the same way about random crits in Pokemon as I do in TF2. I don't like them, especially when they kill Sturby. Our first death is to some real bullshit, but what can you do? That's the ebb and flow of the Nuzlocke. Once that's done, we get the Togepi egg and hatch it. Eeg here has Super Luck instead of Serene Grace, which really bumps me out. No 60% flinch rate air slash for me. Oh well, we'll find a use for him later. We head south towards Azalea Town and head inside Onion Cave where we catch a Machop. Oh hell yes. No-Guard Dynamic Punch is one of my favorite things in that he's modest with guts. Okay, Star Platinum, into the box you go. On the bright side, at least K. Rool evolves inside the cave. Now that we're in Azalea, I headbutt a tree with Beeb to get a Spearow. This guy is going to tear Bugsy up, so I name him Bug Eater. Now I have Butt Lady for Bugsy too, but keep in mind Bugsy's ace is level 21, and Butt Lady doesn't evolve until level 22. My group of friends does have a rule where we can intentionally go a level over for a boss if it leads to a move or evolution we need, but only if there's no other option. I'd rather it not come to that, so we'll just use Bug Eater. Inside the Slowpoke well, we get Gaspasser the Ghastly. Yeah, this wasn't too long after my Gaspasser video, so the trauma was still fresh in my mind. I do a bit more grinding and fight my way through the rockets in Slowpoke well. Proton here actually gives me a fair bit of trouble. First of all, he leads with Voltorb while I have Squirmy out. Then, when I switch to he paralyzes both of us with Spark. This isn't too bad because he's a Toxic user and I'd rather be paralyzed than inflicted with Toxic, but I didn't realize at the time, so later on in the fight I heal his paralysis, leaving him poisoned. Next, he has Sludge Bomb on his Coughing at level 18. That's pretty intense for this point in the game. I'm lucky I have Umbreon to tank this, especially with a sassy nature. Next, I vaguely remember from my time playing this before that his Coughing has some coverage. I'm pretty sure it has Thunderbolt too. A lot of my team is weak to Electric. Bug Eater, Squirmy, Beeb, K-Rool. The only one who isn't weak besides he is Poofball, and Poofball kind of sucks. Her only real move is Pound, and I'm not pounding a physical tank like Coughing while it's hurling Sludge Bombs at me, so I stick with he, confusing it and whittling it down with Pursuits until it finally goes down. Zubat's out next, so I go into K-Rool, but he immediately confuses me with Supersonic. So I say hell with it and go over to Bug Eater and find out that he has Giga Drain. So Beeb and K-Rool are no-goes here. Then he crits with Wing Attack, bringing Bug Eater down to 2 health. I'm thankfully able to outspeed and take it out, and Squirmy is able to deal with his Cacnea very easily. That was rougher than it needed to be, but now it's time for the gym. We go through and fight the trainers, but in the process, Bug Eater gets absolutely bodied by a Ledian with Ice Punch. I did not see that coming. Now, I know Naruto will evolve into a Ninjask, which is part flying, but what I didn't realize is that it didn't get any flying moves, so it was as good as useless. I do, however, get Wonder Bug the Shedinja out of the deal, so that's good. This means, unfortunately, I have to bend my own rules and train Butt Lady up a level higher so she can evolve. It sucks, but it's either this or try my luck with a rollout sweep, and I am not risking that twice in a row. At this point, grinding on Wilds got to be a real pain in the ass, so I busted out a cheat code that the ROM hacker Drayano supplied in the documents of the game. This doesn't give me free experience, but it does let me rematch trainers at any point as many times as I want. If you think this is cheesy, don't worry, I get punished for it later on. And hey, the remake is going to have the free Chansey grinding that Renegade Platinum has, so really I'm just beta testing new features. Once we're done grinding and watching VTuber clips,
I hope you guys had fun! I had so much fun today!
she's a little bit... She had a lot of accidents as a child. We head to the rival fight first. This is because I skipped Ilex Forest before I did the rockets, and I want to check my catch there to see if it'll be better than having to use Golbat. He really wasn't any trouble at all. If his Murkrow got a Super Luck crit, that would have been bad for K-Rool, but other than that, he was extremely easy. Our catch was an Execute, by the way, so yeah, into the box you go, Geg. Alright, I've stalled enough, it's time to finally fight Bugsy. His first 3 Mons go down very easily to wing attacks from Butt Lady, but then Scyther comes out. He sets up a Swords Dance and heals up with a Citrus Berry, just taking me out of 2-shot range. He wing attacks me right back, bringing Butt Lady down to 6 health from full. That is insane. But I know I brought him low enough that he's going to heal instead of finishing me off with quick attacks, so I go for Confuse Ray. I stay in for a bit after some deliberation, but I have to get out after it snaps out of confusion and brings me down to 4 health. I am walking a razor's edge with this thing. I even thought I could be smart by using Naruto's speed boost to outspeed it, but quick attack is a 2-shot and I've got nothing to hit it with anyway aside from Fury Swipes. Now I switch over to Beeb and heal, and thankfully he goes for U-turn, completely getting rid of his Swords Dance, and Beeb lives. Squirmy's able to take care of the Beedrill that comes in, and then K-Rool tanks 2 wing attacks to finally take out Scyther with Rock Tomb, with only 6 health to spare. Finally, all that's left is to spam Rock Tomb and beat his pincer. That one was pretty close. After that, we're off to Goldenrod. I catch a Drowsy, name him Hentai. If you know why, you know why. I beat all the trainers on the way over with no issue, but up north of Goldenrod, I run into an issue when Poofball dies to a 5x hit from a Skiploom's Bullet Seed. I can't pretend I'm exactly all that pissed about this because, again, Poofball sucked. But the fact that this was right after teaching it a decent normal stab move, getting to the city where I could get good TMs for it, and finding a Moonstone immediately after that didn't improve my mood. This juggler almost kills He with a bunch of rollouts followed by Aftermath. A bit terrifying considering he's the bulk cornerstone of this team and I'm coming up on Whitney. In National Park we catch ourselves a Dowgie, and on the route with the Pseudo Widow Tree I catch a Plusle. I'm sure Pika will be useful later, but not right now. Okay, so here in Goldenrod, you get access to every single fossil short of Aerodactyl, which you have to go hunting for yourself. So you might think I'm going for one of those, considering I could use a rock type for Whitney, and I'm a huge fan of dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures. Nope, we are grinding the fuck out of Voltorb Flip and buying a Tangela. In Renegade Platinum, Krusty the Tangrowth was unstoppable until I reached the Elite Four, when he died to a crit Stone Edge from a Choice Banded Tyranitar. So I have big hopes for this new Krusty. Wonderbug comes onto the team as we go through Whitney's trainers. I gotta protect TM for him so that he can scope out trainers that have moves that can hit him. I remember this fight being stupid hard, so let's get started. I go for the Protect Wonderbug lead against Lickitung, and it switches out immediately. So that thing's safe for Wonderbug. I know Miltank is going to use Rollout, so I go to He to confuse it and get its stats down with Tickle. I'm also able to get it to paralyze itself with Synchronize, and once its defense is down enough, I go to Beeb to finish it off. Lickitung is out next, and I know this is safe for Wonderbug, so he comes out to tank the Power Whip. But then, she doesn't switch it out. I take Lickitung down, so Lopunny comes out next, and I go to Krusty to deal with that, but then what just happened clicks. Lopunny has nothing against Wonderbug. And if this was her first option against Wonderbug, then that can only mean one thing. Nothing on her team can hit Wonderbug. She can't even attract me because Wonderbug is genderless. It is a clean sweep. That was amazing. Wonderbug, you've absolutely earned your name. With the gym dealt with, we can move on to Ecruteak. We beat up this weird looking tree, Butt Lady evolves into Crobat along the way. We catch Pogdog the Growlithe, and once we arrive, we catch Boner Boy the Cubone inside the Burn Tower. Speaking of Burn Tower, after more grinding including getting Dowgie up to level, it's time to fight our rival again. Beeb takes out Murkrow pretty easily. Bayleaf is easily dealt with by Butt Lady, same story for Kadabra and He. K-Roll takes out Magby and does good damage to Haunter before He finishes it off for yet another easy rival fight. Now, I spend a pretty good amount of time grinding here before Morty. I optimize my team, get them up to level, all the best moves, fight all the gym trainers, and it's finally time to take him down. So I lead with Dowgie, and I one-shot everything on his team with Crunch except Sableye, who even then can only really annoy me. Huh. I remembered Morty being really hard, but maybe I just got lucky getting a Mightyena? Oh well, now that I can use Surf, I head back through the map and explore what I can. At Cherry Grove, I catch a Marill, and unlike our Machop currently rotting in the box, this thing actually has the right ability and a beneficial nature. This Marill is a national treasure. We also head back to Onion Cave, go through the ruins of Elf, and find Qua, the Natu. And finally, we wrap our way back up to Ecruteak, surf there, and find the Toad. I am so stoked for this, you guys have no idea. Poliwrath carried me in Renegade Platinum, and mine, the final Toad, was the only reason I was able to win. I wish I had the videos of his victory, but I don't. We'll have to see if the Toad lives up to his legacy. Now we can move on to the next gym. Immediately out of Ecruteak, I do this shit. Oh shit. Oh, I meant to use Hypnosis. That was dumb. Oh no, Farfetch'd is broken in this game. What have I done? That's not a good sign of things to come. Anyway, I know a lot of water is coming up, so Pika comes on the team. On the way to Olivine, K-Rool finally evolves into Feraligatr, so now we're really getting somewhere. I'm used to playing a particular hack that is much more ball-busting than this, so having my starter reach his final stage is a rare treat for me. Once we reach Olivine, we catch ourselves a Chinchou. Hell yeah. Lantern is always great to have on any team, so we're sure to get some use out of Anglery here. We also happen upon a Wingull. It doesn't have Drizzle in this game, but I'm sure Urinal here will still be good. Going up the lighthouse isn't easy, but we do manage to evolve Krusty into Tangrowth. Hell yes. Then we head across the sea, getting into fights and evolving Anglery in the process. I piss off some ugly looking dog thing and it runs off, so this guy fights me because of it. Hypno misses several Hypnosis, even though that's its whole gimmick, and then goes down to several Surfs. Now it's time for Jump Bluff. Butt Lady takes it down easily, no sweat. I have to go to Pika to fight his Electrode since Anglery has a Water Absorb instead of Volt Absorb, and he's only at half health after fighting the Hypno. He gives me some trouble with Thunder, but eventually I take him down thanks to some help from Fake Tears and Swift. Dowgy is pretty used to eating ghosts at this point, so I send him in to deal with Rotom, but damn that hurts. Krusty comes in to paralyze it and heal up Dowgy, ensuring he can outspeed and get the kill. We make Star Platinum good for something and give him Rock Smash so he can find us Heart Scales. I figure I'll head all the way back to Goldenrod and do some training with a new team built for Chuck. Qua, Geg, and Hentai come onto the team, and while Qua and Geg go fine, Hentai fucking dies to this trainer Snubble who crit headbutts me. Rest in peace, Hentai. We barely knew ya. So yeah, if you thought the trainer rematch cheat was unfair to use in this game, then don't worry, I just got some comeuppance for it. Instead, I decide to go for Gas Passer as a replacement. Gengar is great, but it's kind of a glass cannon, so sneezing at it wrong could kill it. After a lot of grinding, which was really annoying for Gas Passer at first since all he had to attack was Ominous Wind, we finally fight Chuck. We lead off with Qua against Primeape. He hurts me with Rock Slide, so I confuse him on his heel turn and go for Krusty, since I know he can tank anything physical. And he's down a couple Grass Knots later. I predict a Blaze Kick from Hitmonlee, so I switch to K-Rool, but he uses Fake Out followed by Bounce of all things. Apparently he's so humiliated by this that he goes to Breloom, and Butt Lady is on this team so you can imagine how that goes. That's correct, he immediately switches to Poliwrath before I can even make a move. I see that Butt Lady can tank a couple of Ice Punches, so I take the time to confuse it before going into Geg, who has similar defensive stats. He keeps hitting me with Hypnosis, which is really annoying, but eventually he goes down. Hitmonlee's back out, and I know he's going to bounce, so I go back to K-Rool. He finally starts using High Jump Kick, and I'm thankful I healed up Qua for exactly this. Hitmonchan is tough for my team because his punches can cover a lot of weaknesses that my team has. I take a gamble that he has Thunder Punch, but it's Ice Punch and he hits Krusty for good damage. I whittle him down and paralyze him before sending in Gas Passer for the finishing blow. Breloom's out next, so I go to Butt Lady, wake her up, and one-shot it easily. And now all that's left is Hariyama. He tries to Fake Out, but it doesn't even flinch because of Inner Focus, and I two-shot it. And that's going to be it for part 1 of this series. I think it's good to end it on the high note of beating Chuck, especially since what's coming up is a gauntlet of Team Rocket admins that I have consistently wiped at. Like I said, I've never gotten past them in a Nuzlocke. Can I finally break my streak? Find out next time. I'll see you then.